Come.
If you're feeling down in the dumps, tired of your health holding you back, look no further than Fire Your MD Now with Dr. Glidden, the radio show that strives to get you in optimal health. Look out, Big Pharma. Someone is looking for the knockout punch. Here's Dr. Glidden.
60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 essential fatty acids for a grand total of 90 essential nutrients. This is what we need to import into the human body every day in order to secure our health. And this is what the MDs have failed to tell us. This is one of the ways that they have dropped the ball considering our health care. And quite frankly, when an MD shows up at your front door, or you show up at their office, they're not practicing health care. They're practicing disease management. There's a great deal of difference. So there are a few things we need. We're in an education week here, a couple of weeks of fundamental basics of holistic medicine. All of this is built upon the primary notion that the human body has the ability to fix itself, the human body knows how to fix itself, and the human body wants to fix itself. What does the human body need in order to accomplish all of these things? It needs 90 essential nutrients every day. It needs antioxidants in excess of 20,000 ORAC points every day. Excuse me. You need to stop... frog in my throat. You need to stop eating 10 foods that we have categorized as bad for you. And you need to increase your body's eliminative powers. You need to help your body detoxify itself by giving your body help in its digestive tract and in its urinary tract with detoxification programs. We're going to talk about detoxification programs sometime next week. This week we're finishing up with vitamins and essential fatty acids and amino acids. We're going to talk a little bit more about vitamins today because it's a very interesting subject. We're not really taught anymore in school where the whole concept of vitamins came from or any of that. We just, know about vitamins, and we know that the MDs don't have any training in that, and that they're really downplayed, and that for years medical doctors have been telling people not to take vitamins because they just create expensive urine, right? Which is a very asinine thing to say to somebody. That's like saying, don't drink beer because it just gives you expensive urine. The idea being that you're just going to pee all of the nutrients out, right? Because they're all water soluble. Well, drinking alcohol is water soluble also. So does that mean that it doesn't matter how much alcohol you drink because you just pee it out? That nothing gets absorbed between the time it goes down your mouth and the time that you pee it out or the time that you poop it out? That's what the MD would have you believe when they say, don't take vitamins. They just give you expensive urine. It's nonsense. Quite frankly, we've known for decades now that vitamin D, like David, cures rickets. We've known that vitamin C, like Charlie, cures scurvy. But I guess those are exceptions to the rule, right? That if you have scurvy, your body's okay to absorb a vitamin supplement. If you have rickets, your body's okay to absorb vitamin D. But in all other circumstances, you can't. See, these are the little thought memes that have percolated into our subconscious over 100 years of on-purpose, nonsensical public relations against everything having to do with vitamins or nutritional supplements, because to the MDs who are in charge of the medical theater here in the United States, it's all drugs and surgery all of the time. And really, just a little bit of common sense in this arena goes a long, long way, because vitamins being water soluble, most vitamins are water soluble, some are fat soluble, but it doesn't really matter. are uptaken by the human body the same way that alcohol is, right? So when you take a vitamin supplement, guess what? Your body does, in fact, absorb it, and it produces noticeable, measurable physiological results, because without vitamins, you die. With vitamins, your body maintains its health. That's why vitamins are referred to as essential. Vitamins are essential nutrients. Your body needs them in order to live, but your body cannot make them. So vitamins have to be imported into the system every day. Now, years ago, I had a private practice in Massachusetts, and I had a patient one day, and I was talking to him about the difference between vitamin supplements, and not all vitamins are created equal, and how unless you were taking good, high-quality nutritional supplement, vitamin, mineral, essential fatty acid, or amino acid, you're just wasting your money, because your body has a hard time absorbing poor quality, low quality nutritional supplements. And I said, you know what? He said to me, it's funny you should say that, because my brother-in-law has a porta potty business in Florida. And I said, well, I'm happy for him, but what the heck does that have to do with vitamin absorbability? And he said, well, in Florida, they call the porta potties vitamin machines. I said, what? He said, yeah. Whenever they go to empty the porta potties, they're loaded with Centrum Silvers. And I say, how do you know they're Centrum Silvers and not prescription medicine? He says, because I can read right on the label, Centrum Silver, right on the capsule. Centrum Silver hasn't dissolved at all. Because Centrum Silver is a hard-pressed vitamin capsule. It's not, or vitamin tablet. It's not in a gelatin capsule that you can pull apart. It's a hard-pressed tablet. That's then, it's got the shiny coating on it. It's shellacked so that you can swallow it easily. But the form of that particular supplement, because it's a hard-pressed tablet, number one, and number two, because it has a shellac coating on it, makes it really hard for your digestive system to break down. Now, most people who live in Florida are retired. Most retired people are elderly, and practically everybody in the elderly community in this country, because they've been listening to MDs for the last 100 years, are on salt-restricted diets. They're eating wheat, barley, rye, and oats, fried food, oil in a bottle, well-done red meat, skins of baked potatoes, yams, and sweet potatoes, and they're washing down all their meals with Cokes. Because they're doing all of these things all of the time and have been for decades, the ability of their digestive tract to digest anything is almost zero, especially if you're on a salt-restricted diet. Your body needs salt in order to properly digest food, to have strong stomach acid. So, notwithstanding everything else, the wheat, barley, rye, oats, and all the other bad foods, if you're just restricting salt from your dietary intake, your digestive acid is going to be really weak, and you're not going to be able to digest food properly. And so guess what? All of the senior citizens in Florida take their Centrum Silvers faithfully, and they poop them right out and don't even know it, because their digestive system is so weak it can't digest the vitamin capsule. Vitamins are no different than prescription medications. The dosage and the bioavailability are everything. And this is the thing that we need to talk about candidly here in the United States. And it's interesting, because this is one thing that the federal government has gotten, another one of the things that the federal government has really dropped the ball on, but it's not, you wouldn't think it's the way that they normally would drop the ball. You would think that normally they would be extremely aggressive and oppressive in their relationship to vitamin companies. Well, there are regulations which require vitamin companies to do a certain amount of quality control testing, so that the vitamin manufacturers have a reasonable idea that what's actually in the vitamin capsule is a pretty accurate reflection of what it says on the label, right? So it says 500 milligrams of vitamin C on the label. Then you would expect the capsule to have at least 500 milligrams of vitamin C in it, right? Well, Ralph Nader's people, 25 years ago, went into health food stores in California. They took nutritional supplements off the shelf and they tested them. And only 9% of the stuff that they looked at had nothing in it whatsoever. 15% of what they looked at had less than half of what the label claimed. So, it says 500 milligrams on the capsule, on the label, really only had 150 milligrams in the capsule of whatever vitamin or herb or whatever they were looking for. This is a problem. The federal government isn't doing enough of a job to regulate the industry to make sure that your nutritional supplements actually have what it says on the label they have. And, there's nothing else. No PCBs, no aflatoxins, no nothing else, right? From the person that makes or extracts the vitamin C. Let's say you've got a vitamin C manufacturer someplace in Mexico, and they're extracting vitamin C from oranges. So they extract the vitamin C, and then they have to store it. Well, what do they store it in? Do they store it in clean, sterile, stainless steel containers? Or not? What are they storing it in? What temperature is the vitamin C stored at? How long is it stored? What's the extraction process? Is it a chemical extraction? Is it a water extraction? How exactly do they do it? Are the oranges organic, or are the oranges laden with pesticides? Whatever. And then, how is the stuff shipped? Is it shipped in boxcars? Is it shipped in gigantic containers, stainless steel containers on a train, and the day before we put the vitamin C in it, it had cow's milk in it? And was it cleaned before prep, before different batches? And then when it was shipped across the border, where was it stored in the United States and how long was it stored? What was the ambient temperature at which it was stored? How was it labeled? Who labeled it? And then it goes to the vitamin manufacturer. The vitamin manufacturer, did they test it for authenticity? Did they test it for potency? Did they test it for rancidity? And then it goes to the person who puts it in the capsule. And, there are all these steps along the line from the person that actually extracts the stuff to the finished product on the shelf at your health food store. And at any point along this supply chain, things can go wrong, get mislabeled, or, product can get contaminated easily. So unless vitamin companies have a quality control structure in place to keep track of all of these variables, the vitamin company doesn't know what they're putting in the capsule, and you don't know what's in the capsule either. This is why when you're spending hard-earned money on nutritional supplements, you must be sure that your stuff is made by companies that are ethical and that have good quality control. And we're going to talk about that after the break. Give me a call today, folks, 866-582-9933. That's 866-582-9933.
Despite what medical experts tell you, it's just not possible to get all the nutrients your body needs from food. Minerals are essential for good health, but not all soils contain these nutrients, so they won't be in your food. And Dr. Peter Glidden knows this.
Longevity's organic plant-derived liquid minerals. This mineral supplement, which contains 77 plant-derived organic, certified organic minerals, in a colloidal state, saturated, concentrated just below the saturation index, is unrivaled in the field of medical nutrition, the field of nutrition, period. There's no other company that has a product that even comes close to this, and this is a big deal.
Order your liquid colloidal minerals from Longevity today by calling 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696, or on the web at fireyourmdnow.com. That's fireyourmdnow.com.
Hi, Jason Lewis here. Anybody who's been listening to my program knows how shaky the U.S. economy is right now. Will we have a V-shaped recovery, or will it be a W-shaped one where the nation slips back into recession? Of course, if you think that Washington can spend or inflate its way out of a downturn, you've got nothing to worry about. But as you know, I have my doubts. So let me tell you about gold. Now, as my friend Ted Anderson from Midas Resources likes to say, gold, like all commodity markets, fluctuates in price, and you could lose money, but it has never been worth zero. Give it some thought, and if you're interested in converting your IRA to gold or would like to actually have it in your possession, call Midas Resources today at 1-800-686-2237. The U.S. dollar was once backed by gold, but has since lost 90% of its value. And if things don't change, I'm afraid the trend will continue. Call Midas Resources today at 1-800-686-2237 for gold and tell them Jason Lewis sent you.
That's the sound of your door being kicked in by an intruder with a single kick. That's the sound of the same door now protected by the Door Sentinel at mysafedoor.com. Go to mysafedoor.com right now and watch the amazing video. At mysafedoor.com, you'll learn how to turn your home into a fortress with the Door Sentinel. 16 kicks later, and the Door Sentinel is still holding strong. mysafedoor.com. That's mysafedoor.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
What's safer and cheaper than prescription drugs?
Glad you asked. The answer is Renovation Teas. Herbal remedies are much safer and much cheaper than prescription drugs. Taste great, and most importantly, herbal teas are effective and non-addictive. Renovation Tea is especially unique, and here's why. We spent years researching herbs and their beneficial properties. Renovation Teas uses only 100% organic, fair trade herbs. Our teas are blended towards specific ailments and health conditions, such as diabetes, blood pressure, anxiety, libido, detox, and much more. All Renovation Teas are formulated and hand-filled in Arkansas. Take care of yourself naturally, the way Mother Nature intended. Order Renovation Teas at renovationtea.com or call 870-784-3121. That's 870-784-3121. Renovation Teas. Renovate your health one bag at a time.
Host Dr. Peter Glidden, you've found your way to Fire Your MD Now. You can check out my website of the same name 24/7 at fireyourmdnow.com. And to call me live on the show today or any day, Monday through Friday from 4 to 5 Central Time, the call-in number, the toll-free call-in number, 866-582-9933. That's 866-582-9933 if you're listening to the podcast. And it's not a live broadcast, but you're listening nonetheless. You can get in touch with one of my friendly associates at this toll-free number, 855-347-3696, and they can show you how to make yourself healthy and wealthy with the Longevity family of products and or the Longevity business opportunity. Now, as I was talking about before the break, quality control in the vitamin industry is a big deal. And, you know, as you may have ascertained from listening to me, either on the radio show or coming to one of my lectures or listening to one of my CDs or one of my YouTube videos, for goodness sake, we do everything but tweet around here. I'm outspoken, and I always have been. I try not to be a knucklehead about it, but I'm going to voice my opinion in a polite way. Vitamin companies don't like me, because for 20-plus years, I have been an outspoken advocate of quality control in the vitamin industry. Now, not all vitamin companies are created equal. Not all vitamin companies do all of the requisite testing that they need to do to ensure that the stuff in the bottle meets the label claim. They just don't do it. You know, I've looked at a number of vitamin companies over the years, and I, as a naturopathic physician, by the way, I have access to vitamin companies that you've never even heard of, because there are a whole host of vitamin companies whose target market is licensed physicians. There's a whole host of vitamin companies the layperson hasn't even heard of who just sell stuff to licensed physicians. And these companies have higher quality stuff than the stuff you can get at the health food store. You know, they're called nutraceuticals, right? It's high quality, high potency nutritional supplements sold only to physicians, for goodness sake. Can't get this stuff over the counter. And there's hundreds of these companies. And as naturopathic physicians, we are approached by these companies all of the time because we are their target market. We are their target market. So in this arena, I have a great deal of clinical experience, and I also have my fingers on the pulse of this industry. And in over 2 decades of clinical experience, there really are only 4 vitamin companies that I trust. 3 of them only sell to physicians, and the 4th company is Longevity. Longevity is actually first on my list because not only are the Longevity nutritional supplements made by a company who has really, really good quality control, but their recipes are impeccable. And when it comes to vitamins, these are the 2 things to pay attention to. The quality control mechanism in place, the quality control structure that company has in place, to how they track the purity and the potency of their products, their raw materials, and their finished products. It's a big deal. Most companies don't do it adequately. And number 2 is the recipe. Because even if you have impeccable quality control, how you put the supplements together makes a giant difference, because a good metaphor here is chicken soup or wine. Let's talk about wine. All wine is made from grapes, but not all wines are created equal. Annie Boone Springs green apple wine is quite a bit different from a nice California Cabernet. They're all made from grapes. What's the difference? A great deal of difference in how the grapes were harvested, how the grapes were grown, how they were harvested, the amount of grapes, the different varieties that were put into, the fermentation tank, and how much yeast and how much sugar and how long it was aged and the temperature that it was cooked at, and all these variables go into making one bottle of wine really most excellent, and another bottle of wine, not so much. Well, if you can have that much variability just with grapes, think about how much more variability you're going to have with 16 different vitamins, with 12 different amino acids, with 60 different minerals, and with 2 essential fatty acids for a grand total of 90. Well, you're going to have a remarkable degree of complexity here. So with vitamin supplementation, once you have the quality control handled, the next most important thing is the recipe. And Longevity's recipes are informed by $25 million of federally funded research in which we did 26,000 autopsies, 10 million blood chemistries, and histopathologies, and then we took all of that data and applied it with patients in clinical settings for decades. Longevity's recipes eclipse everybody else's, and because their quality control is excellent, that's why their products are the best. Taking your...
That's what it sounds like when a burglar kicks in the door of a dark house that looks like no one is home. Don't let your home be the next target. Make it look like someone is home watching television with fake TV. Fake TV is a small electronic device that makes the same light as a real television. So from outside, it looks like someone is home watching TV. Fake TV plugs in just like a lamp on a timer, but is far more convincing to burglars. Fake TV deters burglars, costs far less than an alarm, and is highly recommended by numerous police departments. Use it anytime you're away from home. To order your fake TV for only $34.95, go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. Each additional fake TV is only $29.95. So get one for you and one for a loved one, for safety, security, and peace of mind for both of you. Call 877-5-FAKE-TV or go to faketv.com. Faketv.com, the burglar deterrent.
So what happened? You used to be a guy with a busy romantic life. Now things are different, but they don't have to be. Finally, there's a male enhancement formula that's clinically tested for increasing your drive and performance. All natural TestoCharge can help upgrade your romantic life by rapidly boosting your libido. And TestoCharge will boost your performance, guaranteeing full satisfaction. In a clinical study with this formula, 85% of men reported an improvement in drive and desire. better. TestoCharge works. No more letdowns, just more of the passion you remember. See for yourself with your own risk-free trial. But hurry, today's risk-free offer is for a limited time only. Just call 1-800-785-6183. That's 1-800-785-6183. Don't let your sex life fade away. Get TestoCharge. Just call 1-800-785-6183. That's 1-800-785-6183.
Every day, nearly 3,000 families enter into foreclosure and face losing their home. If you're currently behind on your mortgage, you can still avoid foreclosure. You can save your home, but you need to act now. We're Allied State Foreclosure Services. We're experts in saving homes from foreclosure. With just one phone call to us, you can stop the foreclosure process, lower your monthly mortgage payments, and save your home. Call now. The call is free with no obligation. 1-800-597-8843. Call us if you've been threatened with foreclosure, denied loan modification, or missed a payment on your mortgage. If you've been a victim of a predatory loan or are upside down on your mortgage, even if you've lost your job and you're worried about losing your home, don't wait. Call us now and let us help you save your home. You've worked hard to build a life with your family. Let us help you keep your home. Call now before it's too late. 1-800-597-8843. 1-800-597-8843. 1-800-597-8843.
The food storage industry leader has done it again. Introducing FDG clubs and survival bucks from the Freeze Dry Guy. For over 39 years, the Freeze Dry Guy has served various government agencies and the private sector with the finest in storable foods and emergency rations. If you've wanted to build emergency food supplies but couldn't afford it, now you can. Go to freezedryguy.com, click on products, and look for the Freeze Dry Guy clubs to pay as you go. Now you can build food storage without going into debt. Choose from a payment range of $95 to $450 per month. Our clubs work with everyone's budget. Plus, when you join Freeze Dry Guy clubs, you'll get additional rewards. For example, this month, get 10% back in survival bucks on all purchases in the Freeze Dry Guy product line, plus free shipping within the lower 48 states on any order amount. Hurry, go to freezedryguy.com or call 866-404-3663. That's freezedryguy.com or call 866-404-3663. The Freeze Dry Guy, the best you can buy.
Here it is, another election year. And here you are again, wishing you knew more about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the other amendments, and the Declaration of Independence. But who has the time to study? Wouldn't it be nice if you could simply listen to them? And wouldn't it be great if they came packaged with an index? Yep, an index that lets you go to any part of the founding documents just by punching in a track number on your computer or CD player. What exactly is the Ninth Amendment? Track 10, play. It's that simple. The Founding Documents collection on audio CD. To get yours now, just go to Amazon.com and type in Founding Documents Collection, CD. For just $19.95 and $3.99 shipping and handling, you'll have the firepower you need to argue from the ultimate facts that form our nation's foundation. Want to be a hero? Get one for you and give another to your local school for Constitution Day. Go to Amazon.com now and type in Founding Documents Collection, CD.
Proof of the pudding's in the eating, ladies and gentlemen. And when you combine most excellent recipes with quality control, which is really great, then you have a home run every time. And that's why the Longevity Company has grown 1,100% in the last 12 months. That's right, 1,100% in this economy, because these supplements work. Want me to prove it? We're going to talk to Sean right now, who's calling from Utah, I think, with a testimonial. Sean, welcome aboard. You are live with Dr. Glidden.
Hey, Dr. Glidden. How you doing today?
Pretty good, Sean. Thanks for waiting. How can I help?
I'm so glad to talk to you. I got to give you a testimonial. My fiance has had a lot of problems with carpal tunnel and also problems with her knees. And we do a lot of hiking out here in Utah because, we're in a mountainous state. And she had to put on braces on her knees just to come down from hiking every time we'd come back. Well, guess what? After about, I'd say 45 days on the product, no more braces. She has no more pain in her knees whatsoever. It's gone. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, well, it's the tip of the iceberg, man. How's the carpal tunnel?
Well, yeah. Well, the carpal tunnel, she's a dental assistant. Can you imagine having to assist the dentist? and this dentist is old school, so she's sitting here using her hands constantly, and he is waiting for her lead every time with the next instrument. And she had to come home at night, wrap her hand up in bandages, and it was so painful, she didn't think she was going to be able to, go to work the next day. So once again, we got on the product, and about 45 days later, her carpal tunnel is non-existent.
Job security, baby, all the way.
Absolutely.
Longevity.
And I got to tell you what, I want to know if you guys have any Fire Your MD T-shirts.
Hey, we don't yet, but we will now. That's a great idea, man.
Oh, I want to get some, and I want to give them to everybody because it's spreading like wildfire out here. I've got all your shows podcast, all your archives podcast, and I tell you what, it's the best learning tool around. I tell you what, you've really saved our lives and made a big difference, so we want to tell you thank you for that.
Well, Sean, you're more than welcome. Listen, we're all in this together, and that's why Dr. Wallach, in his wisdom, right, set this company up as a networked business, because he learned a long time ago that the front door of medicine in this country is guarded lock, stock, and barrel by Big Pharma. There's no way they're going to let us populate this message. So, how did you hear about us first?
I heard from, I think you're familiar with Nephi Wayman out here in Utah. He's one of the bigwigs with Longevity, but he's associated in the group with Larry and Linda Peterson. They're down in Hurricane, Utah. Larry and Linda are good friends of mine, and they invited me to a lecture to hear Dr. Wallach down in St. George back in May, and that's when we came on board. When I heard his lecture, I was blown away, I'll tell you what. And I got addicted to this whole program, and we're just telling everybody about Fire Your MD Now, about Dr. Wallach's radio show. I mean, we're gonna be part of this grassroots coalition that you talk about all the time.
Well, it's a great thing. So here's how it went to those of you in the listening audience, right? Dr. Wallach is giving a lecture years and years ago, and Todd Smith and Blake Graham hear Dr. Wallach. Todd Smith and Blake Graham tell Nephi Wayman about Dr. Wallach. Nephi Wayman tells somebody else, and that somebody else tells Sean, and that's how we populate our message. It's mouth to mouth to mouth to mouth, grassroots. Now, at any point along that chain, had somebody dropped out, at any point along that chain, had somebody just locked themselves up in their room and, didn't want to offend somebody by telling them about vitamins, Sean and his wife from Utah, heavens, his wife would probably be unemployed right now. She'd probably have double knee replacement surgery. I mean, it would have been bad. And so, but just the opposite happens, right? Because we're stepping out and we're spreading the message of health recovery through medical nutrition. Now, one more thing I want to point out here, Sean. Had Longevity not existed as a networked business, if there was no financial incentive here for you, would you still tell people about it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing. We pay people to do something that they do for free. And you do it for free, for goodness sake.
Absolutely.
Your wife, recovers from knees. Her knees are fine. Her carpal tunnel's. What are you going to do? Shut up about that? I mean, it's really a very, very rewarding thing, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah, I just became executive marketing director last month, and I'm on my way to be senior, hopefully pretty soon here. So, yeah. But I did have a question for you. I wanted to make sure and get a couple of questions in, because with my fiance, she has some issues. We've been on the Healthy Start Pack, both of us, for appropriate for our body weight since, like I said, about mid-May. But she's got some issues that she wants to deal with. She's got post-traumatic stress syndrome from when she was younger. She witnessed horrific stuff like dogs being burned and just really bad animal cruelty. And because of that, it's really affected her in a bad way. And she gets bad anxiety and she gets mood disorder. She's got some bipolar going on. And so because of all this, she has a tough time sleeping at night. Her mind does not want to rest, and she gets bad nightmares. So I'm hoping that you can tell me exactly what we need to up the ante on certain products to get this to go away.
Okay, all right, that's a great point, and really, Sean, thanks for everything that you do. Thanks for your testimonial. Thanks for calling in. I'd like you to stay on the line here because we might need to do a little back and forth here. So anyway, let me line this up for you. Medical nutrition is fundamentally holistic, because when we clean up the diet and give the body the raw materials that it needs, it affects everything. It affects the body-mind, right? It affects the central nervous system. It affects the circulatory system. It affects every part of the body. Now, sometimes the root cause of anxiety is related to the physical condition. For instance, oftentimes if people don't have enough calcium or magnesium, that's going to give them anxiety and panic attacks. So simply what we do in this case would be to increase the consumption of the calcium. But your wife may experience more bang for the buck if she switches from the Osteo FX Plus to the Cal Toddy, because the Cal Toddy has more magnesium in it. So my recommendation for her, for a little experiment for 7 days, would be to take 1 ounce of the Cal Toddy in 3 to 4 ounces of orange juice immediately before bed. And I mean immediately before bed. Mix it up, drink it down, brush your teeth, go to bed. Do that for 7 days, 1 ounce of Cal Toddy in 3 to 4 ounces of orange juice immediately before bed, and see if that takes the edge off of the anxiety or panic. Now, if it does not, and if she's gluten-free and you've cleaned up the diet and you're taking all the other requisite supplements appropriate for body weight, but the post-traumatic stuff persists, it's entirely possible that the root of that illness is in the psychological rather than in the physical. Now, when stuff has its roots in the psychological, which it does, by the way, only a small percentage of the time, but it may be in this case because of the history, you know. One of the best things, therapeutics I've ever seen to help post-traumatic stuff go away once a person's fully ensconced with a good medical nutrition program is neuro-linguistic programming. So do a Google search, and the acronym for this is NLP. So do a Google search for an NLP, certified NLP practitioner in your area, and have your wife go to the neuro-linguistic programming practitioner for 2 or 3 sessions and see if that person can give them a leg up in helping them to get over and recover from the historical stress. It's one of the best things I've ever seen to help with post-traumatic stress, you know, when there really is like big bad stuff that stressed the person out when they were at a younger age and kind of made a psychological imprint upon them that they're having a hard time getting on the other side of. So failing a complete resolution of the system, of the situation with medical nutrition, we're going to take it a step further, go a little deeper into the holistic waters, right? Sometimes you need the chiropractic adjustment in addition to the medical nutrition. Sometimes you need the homeopathic medicine in addition to the medical nutrition. Sometimes you need a couple of acupuncture treatments in addition to the medical nutrition. And in cases of post-traumatic stress, neuro-linguistic programming from a good practitioner, man, really can cut the mustard. And my associate, Ashley, if you give her a call at 855-347-3696, that's 855-347-3696, she can perhaps put you in touch with somebody because she is a certified neuro-linguistic practitioner, and she may have her fingers on the pulse of that community. So that's what I would try, Sean, first, after you've increased the Cal Toddy. Does that make sense?
It sure does. I appreciate all your help on that. Anything else, though, for the overall mood, do you think that that could help as far as sleeping at night, as far as that's concerned, or do you think mainly the Cal Toddy should help? Should we just start with that first and then?
Well, yeah. When people have trouble falling asleep, it's often a problem, and I don't care what it's from. If it's from a restless mind, if it's from anxiety and worry, it's just because they can't fall asleep and there's no real, cognitive reason. The high dose of the calcium and the magnesium immediately before bed can be a great assistance. That's the first thing to do. If somebody's waking up in the middle of the night and they're wide awake, they fall asleep okay, but then they wake up in the middle of the night and they're wide awake. That tends to be a blood sugar issue.
Okay.
Also, bipolar can have its roots in a blood sugar issue. So for 4 weeks in a row, an interesting experiment to do with anybody who's been either, presumptively or definitively diagnosed with bipolar disorder is to give them blood sugar support for 4 weeks and see if it helps to round out and alter the mood. So, in that regard, it would be 1 healthy blood sugar pack per 100 pounds of body weight per week, plus a diet, you avoid the 10 bad foods, plus for 4 weeks, you go completely dark with everything that's sweet. So no fruit juice, no dried fruit, no honey, no maple syrup, no molasses, no agave, no sugar-sweetened cornflakes, no nothing. The only sweet stuff that you can have when we're doing this experiment would be non-glycemic index sweeteners like stevia or xylitol or sucralose, okay? So that might be an interesting thing to try. Do the healthy blood sugar pack, plus go completely dark with any sugar consumption at all. And, if you really wanted to take this to the max, in those 4 weeks, I would just be completely grain-free as well, not even any gluten-free grains, right? Because those are complex carbohydrates that your body turns into sugar. So really, we're going to be leaning on the Paleolithic diet, fruit, vegetables and meat and fish and poultry, vegetables, meat, fish, and poultry, and a little bit of cheese. So give that a try for 4 weeks, and call me back with a report because we love feedback. I have a little treatment notebook here that keeps growing every week, and we appreciate the feedback. So give it a try and let me know.
Great. Thanks a lot. I appreciate all your help, Dr. Glidden.
All right, Sean, stay in touch. You are the last best hope for people in your family, your church, and your community to recover their health. And, we say this all the time, folks, and I'm going to keep saying it until it sinks in. It's time to fire your MD when it comes to a chronic illness because they have completely let you down. They have completely let you down. Join us. Join our merry band of men and women, and we will show you how to lift your community up into health and into wealth. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. This is Fire Your MD Now.
Despite what medical experts tell you, it's just not possible to get all the nutrients your body needs from food. Minerals are essential for good health, but not all soils contain these nutrients, so they won't be in your food. And Dr. Peter Glidden knows this.
Longevity's organic plant-derived liquid minerals. This mineral supplement, which contains 77 plant-derived organic, certified organic minerals, in a colloidal state, saturated, concentrated just below the saturation index, is unrivaled in the field of medical nutrition, the field of nutrition, period. There's no other company that has a product that even comes close to this, and this is a big deal.
Order your liquid colloidal minerals from Longevity today by calling 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696. Or on the web at fireyourmdnow.com. That's fireyourmdnow.com.
The worst drought in 50 years continues, and the first 6 months of 2012 marks the hottest half year on record. 78% of the Midwest Corn Belt is in drought conditions. Not only corn, but soy, alfalfa, fruits, vegetables, and wheat are all impacted, raising prices. The cost to feed livestock is forcing farmers and ranchers out of business, blowing up your food prices. The only strategy to counter this is to freeze your food cost at today's prices by getting your own supply of foods from eFoods Direct now. As the price of raw ingredients increases, eFoods will have to raise prices too. Now is the time to get your supply. I recently increased my supply from eFoods Direct because we have all known this was coming. You know about their delicious long-term storable foods. The fact is you can eat it any time to save money today. And because it stores for 25 years, you're locking in today's prices and avoiding the rising food cost. Don't wait. Call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Call 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
September is National Preparedness Month, or as we like to call it, Preptember. So cash in on Preptember savings at BePrepared.com. Going on now, save 21% on freeze-dried mozzarella cheese. Save 25% on 5 of Mountain House's most popular freeze-dried meals. Save 30% and learn how to make bread from scratch with the Wheat Cooking Starter Kit. Save 36% on the new LRP Entree Combo. And save a whopping 46% when you buy 10 or more packages of MRE peanut butter. All at BePrepared.com. Plus, new for Preptember, freeze-dried yogurt bites in 5 delicious flavors. And Provident Pantry non-fat dry milk is specially priced this month. As always, check out the Emergency Essentials group specials during the Preptember sale, now through September 30th. Call 800-999-1863 for exceptional customer service and BePrepared.com's low price guarantee. That's 800-999-1863. The choice is clear. Be unprepared or BePrepared.com.
Now, check me out 24/7 on the World Wide Web at the URL of the same name. That's fireyourmdnow.com. I think T-shirts are a great idea. I think bumper stickers are an even better idea. Let me talk to my team, and we'll get that dialed right in. You know, if you're new to this, folks, we're not making these testimonials up. We don't pay these people to, there's no funny business going on here. These are all authentic, spontaneous testimonials, which are coming in every day, all of the time, because this stuff works. If you're happy with your pharmaceutical nonsense, then God bless you, it's a free country. But if you know in your heart of hearts that there must be a better way, if you're looking for a science-based, clinically verified, safe and effective way to support and promote the health of your body, you've found it. Call one of my associates up and find out how you can interface with us, or go to my website and check it out, because we've got tons of free information there. The website, again, fireyourmdnow.com, and the toll-free number to talk to one of my friendly associates, 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696. We have time for one more call. Alicia, you are up.
Hi, Dr. Glidden.
Hey, Alicia, how's it going?
Pretty good. I have something. I'm kind of nervous. I have spider veins forming, and they seem to be forming to me at an alarming rate.
Yeah, how old are you?
31.
Okay, and are you an exercise buff?
I exercise a couple days a week.
How about hot yoga or anything like that? What do you do for exercise?
Aerobics and some free weights. That's about it.
Yeah, okay, good. And so when you're working out, Alicia, are you, like getting into it and you're sweating?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and how long have you been doing that?
Exercising,
to the extent that you're exercising now, is this a new thing that you've kind of taken up, this exercise thing, in the last 6 months?
No, I've been exercising for the last 10, 11 years.
Okay. And have you kicked it up a notch at all in the last little while?
No, I haven't.
Have you recently had a child?
No, no children.
Okay. And have you changed your diet? Are you, all of a sudden a vegan, or, you changed your diet remarkably?
I went gluten-free recently.
All right, good girl. Okay. So spider veins are caused by a deficiency in something in your body called elastin, which is a molecule that your body needs in order to keep tissues elastic, right? So if you don't have enough elastin in your body, your tissue starts to get saggy. And one of the things that happens in your circulatory system is when you run out of elastin, it's kind of like if you had a rubber band and it was sitting on your desk, desktop for 6 months and it got all dried out. You'd go to try to stretch it, but it would just snap in two. Might snap into 3 or 4 pieces because it's all dried out, right? Well, the same thing starts to happen to your tiny blood vessels. They'll start to break just from the pressure of the blood inside them. Why are they breaking? Because they have lost their flexibility. They've lost their elasticity. Now, why have they lost their elasticity? For 2 reasons. Because your body has run out of 2 of the major raw materials that it needs in order to produce elastin. And drum roll, please. Those molecules are copper and the amino acid tyrosine. So spider veins are the first stage of a series of increasingly more intense illnesses, and so here's how it goes. First it goes to spider veins, then it goes to varicose veins, then it goes to hemorrhoids, and then it goes to aortic aneurysms. And an aortic aneurysm is what killed Einstein. And somewhere along that continuum, your hair is also going to start to turn gray or go white, because your body also needs copper in order to make pigment. If your body doesn't have enough copper, it can't make pigment. So you start getting white spots on your skin, or you start to get gray hair. So this is a copper and tyrosine deficiency. In order to support and promote the health of your circulatory system in this regard, it would be 1 healthy start pack and 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month, because the Longevity Selenium supplement has ample amounts of copper in exactly the right ratio. Now you can round that out by adding 1 bottle of HGH Youth Formula to the mix. So that's 1 HGH, 2 bottles of selenium, and 1 healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight. Try that for 90 days and call us back with a report. We're up against it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you tomorrow.
Would it save you time to get the best quality water filters and the best quality storable foods from one company? You bet it would, and now you can at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. Big Berkey water filter products and great tasting, long-lasting, storable Wise foods are both now available on one website, BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. Wise foods, ready-to-eat meals are packed in airtight nitrogen pouches and come with a 25-year shelf life. Big Berkey water filters are powerful enough to purify treated, untreated, or even stagnant pond water. Combine Berkey water filters with Wise foods for an unbeatable preparedness combination. Get free shipping on every order over $50, and GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com or call 877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY, or go to BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com.
Let's keep preparedness simple. Do you need stuff for disasters? Of course you do. For over 15 years, DisasterStuff.com has, well, stuff for disasters. See? Easy to remember. DisasterStuff.com. Want free shipping on a new Berkey water filter? DisasterStuff.com is the official Berkey in-stock shipping center. Lots of folks want an EMP Faraday bag to protect sensitive electronics during a solar or nuclear event. Now, for a limited time, all survival gear purchases over $75 include a free 8x8-inch EMP Faraday bag. Just enter promo code EMPBAG when you check out at DisasterStuff.com. We're also a Country Living Grain Mill authorized dealer. Plus, we offer freeze-dried foods by Alpine Air and Wise Foods. We also carry emergency kits, survival seeds, and much more. Preparedness should be simple, and it is. Just remember, DisasterStuff.com. Freedom through self-reliance and personal responsibility.